Alright, it's time for part B of the summer webpage project using REPL. And at this point, I've created a folder in my REPLs called Summer. And I have a file in here, but I'm going to create a new one, which will be what you'll want to do. We're going to create an index page for this. Now, in REPL, it doesn't really matter what you call this, as long as you know what this project is. So you're going to click on New REPL. And remember, you log into REPL with your Google login. If you've never made one, of course, then you'll need to sign up the first time using the Google button. And then after that, just log in with Google. So I'm going to click on New REPL here. For language, you're going to make sure you choose HTML. And then it's going to try to give it some crazy name like so. So don't do that. I'm going to call it Summer WP for Summer Web Page. All right. And then at this point, click on Create. And that's going to create the REPL and load it in the window. And I've opened up two different documents that are going to be important for this process. So one of those is the Bootstrap Documentation page. And we're going to use this one just because everything is nice and straightforward. There is a newer version of Bootstrap 4 now, and this updates all the time, so I'm sure that at some point there'll be another one that's different. And it doesn't really matter as long as you use whatever one that you are comfortable with. So you can see there's version 2, 3, 4, Alpha 6, but I'm going to go with this 4.0. There is a 4.1 something. So you could do that, but some things might be a little different just because you have to make sure you're using the documentation that goes with the version that you're using. So we're going to start off in here. We don't need any of this, and it will automatically call the first page index, which we always call anyway. But I'm going to delete all of this stuff. And we don't need a script file, so let's also go ahead and delete that script file. At this point, we're left with index and style, and they're not connected or anything like that because we're going to go into Bootstrap and kind of borrow a starting Bootstrap page. So when you get in here to the Getting Started Introduction section of Bootstrap, it tells you here's a way to link it to Bootstrap, but there's a starter template in here. And then you can scroll down and it explains all the different parts of it. But we're just going to go ahead and take the starter template. We don't need all of it, but it'll give us everything that we need. So let's click copy here for the starter template. Go into REPL and go ahead and paste that in. Oh, you have to press Control V to paste in here. It doesn't let you do the right click one. All right, if you click Run, you will see now that you have a Hello World page. There's not much going on, but we really only needed it for a couple things. One of those is it has linked to the CDN for Bootstrap. And the CDN means that this Bootstrap file is hosted somewhere else. We didn't have to put it into our folder. And then it's got our title bar, which probably needs to be updated. So your title bar should be like Summer Project and have your name in there somewhere. And then for the body, we don't need Hello World in there. We're going to be adding some additional things in there. So I'm going to delete that. And then down here is optional JavaScript, and we're going to leave it because it comes in there and it makes things like the carousel work properly. So we are going to leave that, but you could hit enter a few times just to put that down there so you don't have to look at it if you want. So that's the first thing we need to do. Second, we need to create an images folder for those images that we just made. Remember, don't capitalize file names in CSS and HTML. So images are going to go there. I'm going to hit the little button there to open the images folder. There's not any files in here, so you're going to need to drag in your files. Now, I'm on my computer at the moment, but if you're on a Chromebook, you are going to have to make your window not be full screen for your REPL. So make it littler, hit the little double squares at the top corner and make it smaller. And then at the bottom of your computer or your Chromebook, you're going to hit that Files panel. You do have to drag them from the Files panel. You can't drag them from your Google Drive. Okay, so I've got all these selected. I'm just going to drag them and drop them into this images folder where it said add a file. And now I can click through these and I should be able to see each one. And there they are. Okay, so there's our images. So we're good to go there. Go back to my index page. The last thing that we need to do really, we've installed Bootstrap. We have put our pictures in there and made our images folder. And now we need to link our CSS page because it's not linked right now. Now, you may not remember everything, especially since we've had a bit of a break here, but if you can't remember HTML or CSS codes, always go to W3 Schools. It's the go-to. You know, it's the dictionary here. So, for instance, one of the things that we're going to have to do is link the style sheet. If you can't remember how to do that, just type style sheet in here, style sheet, and hit enter. And right here, how to add CSS. And it even says, right here's the link line. Link, relationship style sheet, type text CSS, href this. I can copy and paste this code if I want to. And I do want to. I'm going to put it right after the Bootstrap one. So I'll put it right here and paste. But my CSS page is not called that. It's just called style. So I do need to edit this so that it matches. Okay. Now, how do we know it's working? Well, we don't. Let's go ahead and change our background color just for now of the entire document. So that's going to be affecting the body. So in the CSS, let's go ahead and style the body. For a background color, it does not matter what color. We're not really going to even be using this background color much. I'm going to put Alice Blue. I don't know, you can't really see Alice Blue, so maybe I'm not going to put Alice Blue. I need something we can at least see whenever I reload the page. Bisque, which is awful. But anyway, okay, put my semicolon in, and now let's run. And if it's running now, then we know we're in better shape. We actually have a background. And I got rid of the words, so the words disappeared when I ran that one. So this is where we would be at this point. We have our title bar updated, and we can't see that from this screen. So let's go ahead and pop this out into a new tab. Here's our actual page, or we could even copy and paste this into a new tab. But if we hit this, it opens it to a new tab anyway. All right, there we go. Then my title bar, it says Summer Project by Tanya. I can see that my background took. That means my CSS page is connected. And of course, Bootstrap is connected because it's part of the template that we added in. So that's it. Part B was easy, right? So this is part B. In part C, we'll get into actually adding the elements and starting to put the web page together.